Hi, my name is Crump, and today I'll be continuing my work on my new level Blackout. Yeah, apologies for not posting in a month. I had to worry about potentially failing my courses in college. And I'm not gonna lie, a pretty big reason of why I was failing those courses was because of YouTube. Context for what's been happening these past few months. I had 5 courses that I had to take. First one was CAD, which I didn't really need to pay too much attention for. I had Engineering Economics, which is basically just like a self-financing course. I had Material Science, which I hate. I had Psychology, which I didn't think was a huge problem, and the course that I was most focused on was Fluid Mechanics. So my strategy coming into the semester was basically just focus everything that I have on Fluid Mechanics and try to just get by in the other courses, which I thought was a good strategy, but really it wasn't, for the main reason that I just kept on getting distracted by other stuff, mainly YouTube. Because this was right around the point where I was doing Hollow Knight, and I was really invested in that game, and I still really love the game. I focused mainly on Fluid Mechanics, and for the most part, I ignored most of my other courses. Well, not really ignored, I just put less effort into them. But Psychology, I just completely ignored. Like, I did not think there was anything to worry about in there at all, so I just kind of didn't pay attention to anything at all, to the point where I did not read the syllabus, which was the big stupid mistake. Doing Psychology and not reading the syllabus, honestly, not reading the syllabus for any course that you take is a horrible idea, as I would soon learn in Psychology. On November 1st, I come to realize that I had not purchased a textbook that was required for the course, that I needed to complete most of my homework assignments and to complete the tests. So heading into late October, early November, I was missing the vast majority of stuff that I needed to pass the course. So at that point, I started actually going to Psychology, actually doing the stuff, because at that time I had had a 37% average in the class, which was not good at all. Like, it was to the point where I almost considered dropping the course itself just because there was too much to make up and too little time that I left myself to do it. And again, completely on me. Completely on me. It is no one's fault but my own. So anyways, I'm doing all that stuff. I'm making up all the work in there. But still, I wanted to do YouTube. So I kept on doing YouTube, which made me do worse in all my other classes, namely Material Science. So then I had to work really, really hard to get my grade up for Material Science. And then that made me not pay attention in Fluid Mechanics. Then I had to work really, really hard to get my grade up in Fluid Mechanics. And basically what I'm saying is read your syllabus before you start the class, because this all could have very well been avoided if I just hadn't been stupid. And everything that's happened is completely and totally my fault, and it was all entirely avoidable. The moral of the story is, don't be an idiot. Anyways, all of that is now dealt with. I am in good academic standing. I am not on any kind of probation, thankfully. I'm continuing with activities as normal, and now I am making sure to read every single syllabus for every single class that I am ever in, front to back, completely, even the boring text at the bottom. So if you're watching this and taking a college course or any course in a similar academy or trade school, and there is a very, very long syllabus that you don't want to read, just read it. There is literally no harm that could come from reading it, and a whole lot of damage could be prevented if you just read it. The school stuff actually got so bad that I didn't even have time to make a Christmas list before like a week before Christmas. Oh yeah, in case what you're wondering what I'm doing here and if it looks different from the last time that I did this level, that's because it is a little bit different. Over here, I have the old version, which is kind of sort of how you remember it. I just made a new version because I got a new idea and I didn't want to go through the trouble of, like, if it didn't work, reverting and undoing all the stuff that I had done before. Anyways, my new decoration idea is just to sort of coincide with the level's name. As soon as you pass a structure in the level, it just disappears, fades to black. I actually haven't played GD in about actually a little over a month at this point. I had been like so invested in Hollow Knight that I just forgot that other games existed. I do actually have a lot of plans for content that I want to make in the future and stuff that I'm working on and actively scripting and doing research for. I'm still very adamant about wanting to do a casual fan's guide to Godzilla. It's just that I realized that I know so much that I don't know what a casual fan would want to know. For Christmas, one of my friends, who I've been friends with since like the early days of middle school, like one of my best friends, he bought me a Godzilla book. It was made in 2021. I could put like the exact book on the screen right now. And I loved it because I was gonna get so much more information to do my Casual Fan's Guide to Godzilla. But I ended up reading it and figuring out that I already knew everything in the book. I already knew everything that was in there, so... I am fully and completely a Godzilla nerd. And again, it is to the point where I do not know what a casual fan would want to know about Godzilla. And I don't want to make it like one of those videos that's just overbearing with information until the viewer can't really think about anything else. So I need to figure out a way to talk about the stuff that I like talking about while making it understandable for a normal person. And I think I hit kind of a sweet spot when I did a Casual Fan's Guide to Rocket League, but I also feel like that was too just result streamlined and it wasn't enough information. I'm also still patiently waiting for the day that Gridiron comes back to Rocket League, because once that day comes, it's gonna be like a week of videos straight. Like, I don't care that nobody wants to see Gridiron. I just want to play Gridiron. And my goal for this video is just to get this first part done, like up until the ball portal. Because I haven't really made any meaningful progress in the decoration of this level in, again, about a month. I did get some good gameplay stuff done, like, I finally figured out what to do for the wave part. And it took me long enough. Like, this part, I finally know what the hell to do in here. Anyway, so that's like the only thing that I've done with the level so far since, I guess, my last video, yeah. Since my last video, that's the only thing that I've done with the level. And what I had before was good, but it felt too similar to my other levels, and it didn't feel scenic enough. Like, it didn't feel as fitting of the theme that I'm going for than the stuff that I have now. Like, I kind of want this to be, like, I don't really want any color at all to be in it, and the old block design that I had, this stuff, I feel like this is block design that I would normally do, and I feel like it's block design that I would do in a level with color in it. Like, this doesn't stand out. You could put, like, any 2 sets of color on this, like, if you wanted to. If I make 8 like this, color 1 like that, let's make color 7 something along those lines. Like, something along, like this. Why did I just cook? Why did I just cook? Low key. Low key. Low key. I cooked. Bro, I just thought of something. If you, like, make a part using, like, 5 different color channels, you set them all to different shades of gray, then once you're done with the part, you just set them all to different colors without seeing, like, what the colors look like until you've all set them. Like, that would be a sick concept for a level. I just cooked. Making the entire level in black and white, and then right before uploading it, without any sort of executive say in it, like, pick a color scheme and press enter and see how it looks, and then submit it regardless of whether or not it's good or bad. I should do that. That is a thing that I want to happen. Like, eventually. Because I feel like making the design in black and white also forces you to be unique in the design. Like, the reason why glow levels in 2.1 and even a little bit now are so successful is because they're generic and basic and their designs are repeatable. But you can't have those repeatable designs if you have black and white blocks, because the way that glow levels are unique is in their coloring. That's what makes them stand out. That's what makes them pop. That's what gives glow levels their unique aesthetic. So if you make a glow level without color, then it forces you to be somewhat interesting in the actual design of the blocks. Like, if any famous creators happen to be watching, like Woolsey, Subwoofer, Audiovisual, if you're seeing this, I think it would be a really cool idea to just make a level in all black and white, and then seconds before uploading it, change the colors. I also want to see what an art creator would do with that. Like, someone, again, like Subwoofer or Audiovisual. Either of those two would be good choices for it. Actually, another idea, maybe I could just, like, upload an alternate version of this level, but colorized. Just the same exact level, same exact designs and stuff like that, except I do what I said and I just change the colors a bit. That could be an idea. I'm trying to get a little bit more, like, experimental in my block designs, like using different objects from different tabs to do stuff. Okay, I also gotta think about what custom orb designs I want to do as well. Now, layer 6, what was on here? Right, these things. On the underside, I shouldn't need to alter their positions too much, but since we are using 3D objects over here, I'm gonna need to go 5 up and 5 across. So let's start with the 3D. Just gonna get a bunch of this stuff as many places as I can. I'm doing it like this because later on, we can just modify the stuff that I've already done over here. Move a few things over, or move a few things further to the right or to the left, copy paste a few things. Just to make sure, like, everything fits with the normal 3D structure. Because we don't need to go piece by piece, one at a time, like scrolling through the entire catalog of 3D objects looking for the one specific edge piece that we need. All that we need to do is just get one of those pieces near every spot where we need it, and then we can just copy paste them as we go along. I think that's all the 3D stuff done. That wasn't too bad. That was like 10 minutes tops. All right, now 11, this stuff. Okay, these things are mainly gonna be used after the lights go out, basically, on any one part of the decoration, just to make the corners more distinctly visible. Next order of business, I think, is just to set all of the normal objects that we have here to group 0, and also just delete anything that's unnecessary. So this, bye-bye. We can replace it with this thing. Nice. We're looking good so far. I think my main concern with this part isn't the block design, it's what I'm going to do for the air deco. And that's been my main problem with most of my levels before, because like in Drift and in my other level that I've made, Colorization, I think my main problem in both of those was the air decoration. Like going back into Drift, I just didn't really know what I was doing with the air deco. Over here, I think it worked out really well, but that was just because I was trying to make the level simple and accessible to beginners. And it just so happened to work out that I did a good job of keeping the space filled without seeming overcluttered. But I really don't know what I'm doing with air deco. Like starting it back from over here, like this looks so clunky. It looks so cluttered. It looks, there's no air decoration. I don't like it. Like it just looks off a little bit. What was that? That was not an effect that I think I added. Did they change one of the triggers without me knowing it? They did, didn't they? I have Pixelate, Shockwave, another Rotate. That's the slow-moving rotation, okay. Lens Circle. What is causing that, like, paradigm shift? That's odd. Okay, now I gotta fix this. That starts the pixelation. It's only in the Y direction, so let's try to turn the pixelation down to 0. It was originally at 9.99 all the way at the top of the slider. Let's see what happens now. Yes, it was the pixelation, or something relating to the pixelation, so let's try to put it at 5. Yes, the pixelation trigger was changed. Okay, so what happens if we set X to the same value? That helps. I'm gonna see if any of the other checkboxable options can fix it. Because yeah, that just goes up. Like, to the left of the screen, the pixelation goes up. To the right of it, it goes down. Why? What happens if I check off relative? Because that feels like it'll have some kind of impact. Doesn't. Okay. Let me check the info. Alright, fade time. Snap grid makes the pixels align with the game camera. That, I think, will do it. Let's see. Still no. That's not fun. That means we gotta put in both of these. What happens if we do it just X? Will that flip the screen the other way? Or is it just a Y problem? It is. It just flips the screen the other way. So, if we use X and Y, what will happen then? It's normal. Okay. So, in order to achieve the same effect as before, I think we need to back that up a little bit, increase the fade time. Maybe exponential in. Yes, perfect. Okay, I gotta re-verify this. You know, honestly, this isn't the favorite level that I've made because I legitimately like my other attempt at making a rated level more than this. Fuck. like you can kind of see it in here. What I was discussing earlier is that I have no concept of the division between air decoration and background and foreground. Like this first part and this part where we're entering the big city, I feel like the background is too prominent and the player's area isn't like distinct enough where you see the buildings and you think, oh, I need to go to those. But like I tried to make them darker so it wouldn't seem like that. And then over here, for some reason, that issue is fixed. I'm still so proud of that build-up. I am so proud of that build-up. Re-verified. Let's go. I'm still so shocked that Colin actually commented. But yeah, I don't like drift as much as I like colorization. Like, the gameplay is infinitely worse, I can acknowledge that, and the decoration is infinitely more messy, but I had a vision for this level. I got this whole idea for this level from the ending of Bausha Vortex. Sorry for the RTX, by the way. Epilepsy warning, epilepsy warning, epilepsy warning. So this level, like it's doing the wave stuff as all 9 circles do, and then when it gets into the ending of the level, it goes into a section of repeated gameplay where it's just the same spike over and over and over again, but a little bit altered, Like it's the same exact jump, like right here, same jump, but a little bit different. And each time this jump happens, the jump gets a little bit different. And this is how I got the idea for my level to begin with. And this is where the entire thing started from. And I'll show you why that's familiar, because we go in here, it's the same jump, it's the same bit of repeated gameplay. This structure right here, looped over and over and over again throughout the entire part, at the same exact time interval, but different gameplay shenanigans going on around it. And then it ends by going up into a huge ball section. So it starts over here. It's that same little 1 spike and 2 vertical blocks. That same exact structure repeats for this entire part, and you can see it everywhere. And it goes up into a ball part where a different structure repeats. If you didn't notice it, it is this little steep slope and then corner with the spike and then rotated again above it at that exact spacing repeats once every beat or so for the entire rest of this part. And that's how, like, this level started. It started off as me seeing that one part of Bausha Vortex, getting inspired, and then making an entire 2-part section out of it, and making it a memory style level. Like, that's how this level came into being, and then I thought, like, different ways that I could work around it. And I heard, like, the one piano note. That seems, like, melancholic. Let's get the colors in here. Let's make them a little bit undersaturated to kind of fit with that theme a little bit better. And that goes up here, kind of, like, explodes. It kind of gets more synthy. So I decided to make it a little bit more spacious, still keeping that, like, drifted back feel. It's still keeping that tentativeness to the colors. Ah, shoot, I messed up the timing. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm stupid. That was part of the I forgot my own memory part. And I also got the idea for these, like, darker blocks in the foreground. I got that idea from a level that Ilrel made. You're a cube, normal size, you're like in the foreground, then you enter a MIDI portal, you go backwards into the background, and you play on the background. I made a lot of tweaks to, like, the actual incorporation of them in the level, and as it goes on, the song is getting more and more cluttered, and to try to, like, reflect on that, I just let myself not care about any of the normal standards of building and just make stuff that was messy. So I decided to just let the mess take over and let everything just boil together. I think the one thing that I'm good at, the one thing that I am confident in more than anything else, is my ability to make a good build-up. The build-up to the drop. I don't know if I make good drops themselves, but the build-up to the drop, I am so incredibly confident in my ability to carry that momentum into the crescendo of the music, or whatever you want to call it. And I am confident in my ability to convey the aggression that the music displays in those moments. I love this level so much, because I feel like I did such a good job at conveying what the song wanted me to convey. I feel like I did a very good job of going with the song. I feel like my style of decoration fits very well with it because my style at this point was super messy and the song itself was super messy. Anyways, I got very far off topic. This was supposed to be something about this. I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to in this video, but I think I'm leaving off in a good place. Okay, I didn't exactly finish this part, but the plan from here on out regarding this part is very straightforward, and that is add some extra details to the edges of the block, like these things over here. Set up these things with their own group IDs and pulse triggers so that when the player passes them, they disappear on beat, and then add some air decoration here and there, and then this part's done. Right now, you're gonna see a bit of gameplay from this part when it's all completely finished. There isn't going to be any song over it because, you know, I'm talking right now and I'm the most important thing in the video. And it's all about me and no one else matters and it's all about me. And yeah, that should just about do it. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and feel free to subscribe if you can. It's completely free. You could always choose to unsubscribe later. And that's about all I have to say for now. I'm calling it there. See you later.